Good evening. My name is Ryan Sung, Senior Class President.
And my name is Megan Ono, ASB President for the 2021-2022 school year.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the National Anthem, sung by the Senior Chamber Singers and signed by Brina Brandner, Madison James, and Naomi Samara. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please remain standing for the national anthem.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. I would like to welcome each one of you to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2022. Thank you so much for attending. Now, please welcome Mr. Kenny Ritchie, the principal of Bonita High School.
Welcome to Bonita High School's graduation for the class of 2022, our 118th graduating class. I'm honored to be part of this milestone in the lives of our graduating seniors. As we begin our ceremony, I would like to thank several groups of people who are important in the life and success of the school. First is our Board of Education, our President, Derek Botmanu, Vice President, Glenn Kryman, Clerk, Greg Pilato, Board Member, Jim Elliott, and Board Member, Chuck Coyne. Next is our District Administration, our Superintendent, Carl Coles, our Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services, Matt Ween, our Assistant Superintendent of Business Services, Susan Hume, and our Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Dr. Kevin Lee. At Bonita, we are blessed with an outstanding faculty and staff. They do an amazing job every day, providing your children, our students, with a top-tier education. I would like to take this moment to have our staff and faculty stand and for all of us to recognize them for their extraordinary resolve and dedication to making this year the best they could for all of our students. Each one of them are remarkable human beings who work extremely hard for your students. Please give them a round of applause. In addition to our own faculty, we have a special group of over 55 honorary teachers that have been recognized by members of the class of 2022. They are teachers from elementary and middle schools that our graduates attended before coming to Bonita. Each one of them made a special impact in one or more of our graduates. They are seated with our faculty and staff. Would our honorary teachers please stand so that we may recognize you for the impact you have had on one or more of our graduating seniors. Now I have the honor of introducing the parents of the graduates of 2022. Parents, we appreciate the way you have partnered with us as we educated your students. These have been a few of the most challenging school years we've all been through, and we cannot thank you enough for the tremendous amount of support you have given your students and the staff and faculty of Bonita High School. Would you please give all of our parents a round of applause? Before I speak to the class of 2022, I would like to take a moment and recognize a few students and teachers for their contribution to tonight's ceremony. In Dr. McGarvey's graphic and design class, a student by the name of Nicholas Tarosi helped design the cover of the program you are holding in your hand. Great job, Nicholas. Our ceremony tonight is being live streamed by students in Mr. Eichen's video class. These students who are behind the cameras and monitoring the pictures and videos are Nadia Cole Gutierrez, Andrew Rowland, Ethan Santiago, Chris Casanave, Sayarich Chim, Josh Bonamer. Please give them a round of applause for helping us out tonight. Now, students, in a normal high school career, a student spends 720 days on their high school campus. Take 720 days and subtract 207, and you get 513. 513 represents the number of days you were on campus here at Bonita High School. Let's take a minute to reflect on your time in high school, the same way we look at bookends. You started your freshman year on campus, and you ended your senior year on campus. While there are significant events that happened during your 10th and 11th grade years, I would like to take you on a journey through the past 180 school days of your senior year. The year started off with Senior Sunrise. You participated in Club Rush. Film started a new daily show called Day on the Green, hosted by two of your seniors. You moved through football season where you kept the smudge pot again. Actually, this class has never lost the smudge pot. Well done. You had your homecoming dance in the quad and crowned your king and queen at the Rock. The girls played in their powder puff football game where you won in a thrilling overtime period. The boys played in an Ironman volleyball game and beat the juniors in straight sets. You participated in various ASB activities, such as Anything But a Backpack Day. You celebrated the fall signings of 4 seniors receiving athletic scholarships. You participated in band and choir concerts and festivals that received numerous superiors. You celebrated many Students of the Month. The girls' water polo team were CIF champions. Members of this class participated in Pro Start competitions. Members of this class put on one of the best high school performances of Little Shop of Horrors. Auto Shop was able to be brought back, and our co-show was incredible. You crowned our prom king and queen under the city lights in LA. Drumline and Color Guard advanced to the state in their competitions. Action Night saw this class rise to victory again for the 2nd straight year. Our girls softball team became CIF champions for the first time in school history. Each of you presented your PACE project, and you were successful. Many of you participated in our annual grad walks to your elementary and middle schools. We held our senior sunset in Glenn Davis Stadium last week, and now we sit together in the culminating event of your senior year. Now that we have finished the journey of your senior year, I would like to speak to you about overcoming limits, if you don't mind. Leaving the confines of the safe and predictable grounds of Bonita High School and going into the world of uncertainty that lies outside the boundaries of D Street is something many students are leery of. What I want you to remember is that your support system that you've had since you were in elementary school, along with your friends that you have come to trust, will always be there to support you as you move through the next season of time. Each of you has set goals that you want to achieve. Goals in relationships, goals for school, goals for work, and goals for life. Some of these goals are less difficult than others to achieve. That is good. Start with small goals, and once you've achieved the smaller goals, you will build up confidence in attempting the loftier goals. Success breeds success. Will you achieve every goal on your first attempt? Maybe not. But don't give up. Denzel Washington said in one of his acceptance speeches,
Keep working, keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. So keep moving, keep growing, keep learning. See you at work.
don't take the easy way out simply because you are afraid of failure. Push yourself to achieve things that you never thought you could do, and take advantage of opportunities that come your way.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. And that's what you have here tonight, boys. That's what you've earned here tonight.
Tonight, as you sit in the stadium, you have earned the opportunity to make your own great moments. Whether you take your opportunities in school, work, or the military, never be afraid of taking calculated risks that could lead to a great moment. When the task seems too big to conquer, remember that you are part of a team that includes parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, teachers, and friends that are standing right beside you on this journey. And when you overcome what you thought your limits were and conquer that obstacle, your whole team will celebrate with you. I will leave you with this quote from Admiral William H. McRaven that said, "Find someone to help you through life. Respect everyone. Know that life is not fair and that you will fail often, but if you take steps and risks, step up when the times are toughest, face down the bullies, lift up the downtrodden, and never, ever give up. If you do these things, then you can change your life for the better and maybe the world." Congratulations, class of 2022. We are extremely proud of you. Oh yeah, Bearcats.
Next, we will have our commencement address from Megan Ono.
Good evening, friends, family, faculty, and fellow graduates. My name is Megan Ono, and I'm the ASB President for the class of 2022. I'm as honored as I am underqualified to be speaking today. Nonetheless, thank you for this opportunity. As we are sitting here, these moments are beginning to feel bittersweet. When we were younger, all we wanted to do was grow up. Today is the end of a chapter, and tomorrow is a whole new beginning. High school isn't meant to be perfect. It is meant for us to face difficult times and allow those hardships to turn into life lessons that we will carry forever. One of my most influential teachers once told me something about the dash in between the date of birth and date of death. At the time she mentioned it, I didn't think much of it, but then I looked up the actual quote. This is from Tim Tebow, and he said, "When you die, there's going to be a tombstone. It's going to have your name, it's going to have the year you're born, and the day you die. In between, there's going to be a dash, and that dash is going to represent everything that you did in your life, good and bad. That's how you're remembered. What do you want your dash to represent?" Part of our dash was spent as a Bearcat. From August 20th of 2018 to June 9th of 2022, we made countless homework group chats, too many Circle K runs, and millions of memories. However, our high school experience was a little unique. A normal high school student in California has 720 days of school on campus. Due to COVID, we missed 207 of those days. That means that almost 30% of our high school career was at home. Now that might not sound too bad, but we missed out on some of the things that we take for granted. Hanging out with friends, making new friends, getting to know your teachers, watching performances in sports games, and doing some of the things that we love most. We walked into orientation freshman year thinking these were going to be the best 4 years of our lives because that's what all the movies say. If someone would have told you that you were going to lose a year of school, would you have done it differently? Would you have tried out for that team? Would you have joined that club or auditioned for that play? One of the most important lessons that I learned at Bonita is that you can't live your life waiting to see what tomorrow will bring because tomorrow is never guaranteed. This is just the start of our lives, so we still have the chance to make the most of our dash. Just because we miss out on a couple of things in high school does not mean we can't make up for lost opportunities. As a class of 2022, we took every chance we got to make the most of our 513 days. We won the first action night in the stadium, then went back-to-back this year. We won Ironman and Powder Puff. We had multiple Division I, Division II, and NAIA athletic scholarships. We had Ivy League acceptances, award-winning choir, band, dance, and drumline performances, and sold-out shows from our theater department. As you can tell, we made the most of our dash. We did not let anything hold us back from being the best we could be. As we move on to the next chapters of our lives, we will remember these 4 years forever. We may forget how to write a 10-page research paper, but we will always remember how much adversity we had to overcome and all the hard work and dedication it took us to be sitting here today. Nothing can ever stop the class of 2022, and I know there are big things in store for all of us. Whether we were best friends who could never figure out what we wanted for lunch, classmates that shared confused looks and panicking texts for homework, or just familiar faces we would pass in the hallway, you became part of my dash, and I will treasure those moments forever. I cannot wait to see what all of you do with the next part of your dash. We did it, and I cannot be more proud of each and every one of you. Continue to be great and make the most of your dash. And always remember, respect is a two-way street. Thank you.
Next, we will have Mr. Ritchie come and present our academic achievements.
All right. I would now like to honor the 10 students who have made the commitment to serve our country by enlisting in either the Army, the Navy, Marines, Air Force, or Coast Guard. Students, please stand when you hear your name called and remain standing so that we may acknowledge you. I would ask the audience to hold your applause until all the students are standing so that everyone can hear their names. And when all the students are standing, we will recognize them. Wait, 1 second.
Owen Arbogast, Evan Arnall, Chance, Nathaniel Dominguez, Wesley Harder, Garrett Johnson, Marco Leon, Gavin Leba, Christopher Ramirez, and Brennan Setti.
Thank you for your commitment to our country. At Bonita High School, we place a high value on academic achievement, and we celebrate student successes in several ways. One way we recognize them is through the National Honor Society. To qualify for the National Honor Society, students must not only have outstanding academic achievement, but they must also demonstrate leadership and have performed significant community service. These members of the senior class were inducted into the National Honor Society, and they earned light blue stoles. With those that are wearing National Honor Society regalia, please stand so we can be recognized. You may be seated. The next group is the California Scholastic Federation. To qualify for membership in this organization, students must receive at least 3 A's and 1 B in their core academic subjects each semester. To qualify to wear the academic regalia, the members must also complete a community service project during each semester of membership. Students who completed all service hours and were members for 4 consecutive semesters earned a gold tassel. Those that were members for 6 consecutive semesters earned a gold tassel and a gold cord. And those students who were members for all 8 semesters, which is the highest honor awarded in CSF, earned a gold tassel and a gold stole. Would those that are wearing CSF regalia please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. We have 24 students who have earned an unweighted GPA of 4.0 over the course of their 4 years here at Bonita. This means that the following students have received A's in every class all 4 years. At this time, Ms. Mendoza is going to read the names of these students.
Rachel Abbott, Brooke Bentley, Brianna Bowie, Jada Chung, Bailey Espinoza, Maya Fiesta, Alexa Garcia, Karis Grover, Madeline Jackson, Sam Liu, Alyssa Lozano, Lucas Mastoni, Madeline Moore, Ashley Padres, Verena Padres, Annalise Quintero, Malia Salvador, Luke Smith, Michael Stenzel, Louis Sun, Ryan Sung, Catherine Tadros, Allison Workman, and Taylor Workman.
If your name was read, would you please stand? Great job. You may be seated. In addition to the 24 students who are standing, who have above a 4.0 or above, we have 70 students who have earned a weighted GPA of 4.0 or greater over the course of their 4 years here at Bonita High School. When Ms. Mendoza reads your names, would you please stand?
Hannah Adams, Amir Alnabulsi, Nicholas Alvarez, Evan Arnal, Gassan Azize, Itzel Barrios, Samantha Batres, Daniel Boos, Ella Carlson, Alexis Carrillo, Akash Chauhan, Caitlin Crispo, Jayani Dhruv, Kelly Doe, Annalisa Eckler, Marianne Elias, Gerardo Escoto, Billy Fincher, Madison Franco, Mary Gars, Angelina Hurt, Sophia Hurt, Kaylee Ho, Kara Hong, Cassandra Hook, Conrad Hugar, Nehemiah Cargela, Kylie Carnes, Kelly Clem, Ashley Knowlton, Haley Knowlton, Charles Knox, Isabel Kumar, Lucas Laszlo, Helen Lee, Isabella Linz, Hayden Littlejohn, Sharna Lyons, Liliana Maya Chaparro, Sarah Mesjian, Jenna Moisio, Ann Wynn, Jonathan Wynn, Justine Oak, Megan Ono, Ellie Pires, Alexa Placencia, Arturo Ramirez, Carly Redman, Tyler Redman, Fuad Safier, Naomi Samara, Andre Sarkeesian, Aaron Sarkeesian, Brennan Setti, Jenna Smith, Jing Sun, Lucas Tran, Josiah Turner, Nicholas Tarosi, Victoria Vasquez, Christine Wang, Joseph Wang, Taylor Ward, Samantha Wilton, Riley Windsor, Kiana Wan, Seth Wrightstone, Samantha Wu, and Leah Yarbrough.
All right, let's please give them a big round of applause. All right, you may be seated. Now we have 303 students. We're not going to read all your names, but we want you to be acknowledged, who are wearing a red cord, which signifies that they have completed all the A through G courses required to be eligible to be accepted into either a California State or University of California school. If you earned a red cord, congratulations on a job well done. We have 65 students who are wearing teal cords, which signifies that they completed a career technical education pathway. Congratulations, that is quite the accomplishment. The highest academic awards that we give at Bonita are the Salutatorian and Valedictorian Awards. These awards are based on a formula that includes 3 elements: an unweighted grade point average, total number of credits earned, and a number of honors and AP classes and tests taken. This year's Salutatorian has received awards in the area of science and is a recipient of the Principal's Honor Roll, National Honor Society, and CSF. He has taken 14 AP courses and exams with an academic GPA of 4.5. He will be attending Purdue University in the fall, majoring in computer science, and wants to be a software engineer. His best memory of high school was attending band competitions and listening and comparing other bands to ours. Congratulations to the 2022 Salutatorian, Sam Liu.
Good evening, teachers, fellow students, and our parents. Let me start off with the phrase that I'm sure most of you have heard. Every action has an opposite and equal reaction. Originally, this phrase was meant to describe forces between objects. But throughout my years here at Bonita, I've discovered that this phrase can be applied to something that everyone can relate to: happiness. A positive event, an action, is almost always followed by a feeling of emptiness when it ends. Imagine your best friends in childhood leaving and settling all the way across the country. Imagine leaving the school, teachers, and friends where you created countless memories over 4 years. It's sad, right? But the opposite is also true. Once something negative leaves, then you feel feelings of relief and happiness. Think of a class you didn't quite understand. Maybe think of a test that you need to study for, pulling an all-nighter. Think of a stressful sports competition. Now, I hope that after these moments are over, you feel relief at these memories. And, of course, there are also some events that cannot be described as just positive or negative. The evidence is all around us right now. The pandemic has ravaged our society for 2 years now, and the effects that it has created are devastating and have damaged families all across the country. And we give our condolences to all the people who have lost family. But of course, on the opposite side of the spectrum, there are also memories that are so happy that instead of feeling sadness at the end, we feel closure instead. And on that note, I want to leave everyone off with some final words. Wherever you are, to my fellow classmates in the future, whatever you're going to do or accomplish, I hope that your happiness always overshadows your unhappiness, that your memories create nostalgia, not regret. And where there are obstacles in your life, don't give up. The pain may take a while to come after the gain, and happy outcomes are not always easy to attain, but the happiness will come eventually. And to Bonita, our parents, friends, and all the rest of our supporters, thank you for always trying to keep us on the positive side. And of course, congratulations to us, the class of 2022, for making it here, through both the happy and the unhappy.
Our valedictorian is a recipient of the Social Science Award and a member of the National Honor Society. This student has completed 17 AP courses and exams and has a GPA of 4.52. In the fall, he will be attending UCLA and majoring in computational and systems biology and is looking to become a medical doctor. His favorite memory in high school was talking about fantasy football with Mr. West. Congratulations to the class of 2022 valedictorian, Akash Shahan.
The public school experience, from kindergarten to 12th grade, lasts 13 years. For each of those 13 years, we've gone to school for 180 days, for about 6 hours a day. 13 years times 180 days times 6 hours equals 14,040. We've gone to school for 14,040 hours. They say it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert in something. So if we've spent 14,040 hours in school, we're more than experts. Honestly, I think that it's safe to say, in the words of British rock band Queen, we are the champions. It's important to reminisce on the leaps and bounds that us champions have made together over the last couple of years. We've developed relationships that will last a lifetime, discovered passions that motivate us to push on forward, and we've learned that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. But where there's leaps and bounds, there's also obstacles, failures, and disappointment. A lot of obstacles, failures, and disappointment. In fact, the class of 2022 has been through so many obstacles, failures, and disappointments that I didn't feel like I could accurately present all of them by myself. So I polled some classmates instead. And here's what they said. Struggling with a rigorous academic schedule. Maintaining a fabricated social media presence. Peanut allergies. Morbius. Morbius the second time. Learning that there's a difference between speed and velocity a day before the AP Physics exam. Velocity is a vector and speed is a scalar. Shout out Mr. Hamilton. And This one's pretty wordy. Putting off starting your calc homework, going to sleep, waking up the next day stressed that you haven't started your calc homework because you have a first period, going to Mr. West's class 15 minutes before school starts to stumble through your calc homework, promising yourself that you would never ever put off doing your calc homework again, and doing that for 3 months straight. That wasn't me. And finally, the elephant in the air, the COVID-19 outbreak. I'm convinced that every single graduating class before and after us will say that the pandemic affected them the most. But trust me, COVID-19 affected the class of 2022 the most. We all remember exactly where we were on March 13th, 2020, when, in the midst of our sophomore year, we were suddenly instructed to barricade ourselves at home, sit back and watch as a foreign and dangerous new virus took over our lives. Quickly, we entered a new world with diminished social interaction, polarizing political controversies, and most importantly, mindlessly scrolling through TikTok while in a Zoom class with their camera pointed at the ceiling. But we got through it, and we figured it out, because that's what the class of 2022 does. We figured it out. We figured out how to progress past the global pandemic. We figured out how to make it here to the graduation. And when that next big obstacle comes tumbling towards us, I promise you, we will inevitably figure it out once again. I would be lying if I said we made it here to the stage by ourselves. I'd like to thank our families, the administration, the great teachers, the okay teachers, the good people at Quizlet, Brainly, Quora, Chegg, and SparkNotes. The 4 people watching online, and lastly, my fellow Bearcats. This was a group effort. So, as we close in on this 14,040th hour, I'd like to say 2 things. You guys are gonna figure this out, and please do your calc homework at home.
Please welcome Naomi Samara as she delivers the farewell address.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here today. A few months ago, I went to the Albuquerque Museum of Hot Air Balloons in New Mexico, and it was the best thing my eyes have ever witnessed. Although this story might seem very random, I was inspired to connect an important lesson I've learned throughout high school to what I saw at the museum. Making hot air balloons was never easy. I mean, the first balloon was tested with a few barn animals, specifically a duck, a sheep, and a rooster. Although the general idea was a success, placing the first human on a flying pouch of air resulted in a horrifying demise. As the outcome may already be evident to everyone, let me tell you why the redemption is uplifting. After a tragic incident, you would expect people to be doubtful about this absurd innovation. Despite the controversy of this giant bag of air carrying humans 50 feet off the ground and potentially killing them, the idea was not thrown away. A few fires and a crashing balloon couldn't stop the inventors from making this flying machine a reality. It was improved through dedication and a vision. Now we use hot air balloons to soar through the air and even travel across the ocean. Although it was impossible to imagine coming off the ground, we have managed to do so. In New Mexico, they celebrate the many milestones of this unique piece of our human history, and looking back on the displays of the balloons I saw at the museum, I realized that anything is truly possible. But how does this relate to anything right now? Obviously, we're always looking forward, looking at the potential outcomes of our everyday decisions. We have our entire future ahead of us, but just as high school and the museum have taught me, it is important to look back at how far you've come. From the first day you stepped onto this campus to this very moment, standing proudly in your cap and gown. When you're moving on with life, it's easy to forget your progress. No journey is easy. Your balloon may often catch on fire or struggle to get off the ground. Your blueprint might be scrapped and replaced. But failures create a beautiful history, something that people who come into your life can admire and be inspired by. My first day at this school was no easy flight. I transferred my sophomore year, and I had to get used to the strange number systems of the building that still confuse me to this day. Moreover, the faces I used to see constantly were replaced with unfamiliarity, and everyone knows how much the unfamiliar frightens us. Again, relating back to the success of the balloons, it takes a person to challenge the unfamiliar to do the unthinkable. For me, the unthinkable was finding my place at this school, or even figuring out where my first period class was. But thankfully, I managed to do that, despite the rough year in between where we had no physical contact with other humans, a frenzy of toilet paper, and a sharp increase in everyone's baking abilities. What a weird time that was. But looking back at it all, I can honestly say I'm proud of everyone for all that we have accomplished. To the parents, friends, teachers, and everyone who came here to support us today, it is a great day to celebrate the 4 years that have led us to this very moment. For many of us, this journey hasn't been easy. We had to deal with countless changes as the time has given us many highs and lows. Although there might have been moments where our efforts felt like they were in vain or nothing was going our way, we still managed to persevere through it all. We are the pilots of our own hot air balloons. My fellow graduates, never forget the journey that brought us here, to this very day. While we may be flying through different horizons now, I am proud to say we made history here together at Bonita. Thank you.
Please welcome Mr. Ritchie and School Board President Derek Botmano.
All right. Mr. Botmanu, as principal of Bonita High School, I certify that the students before you have completed all the graduation requirements as set forth by the Bonita Unified School District Board of Education and the State of California, and I present them for the awarding of their diplomas.
I hereby acknowledge that the graduating class of 2022 has completed the graduation requirements of the Board of Education and the State of California. On behalf of the Board of Education, I am pleased to accept the class of 2022 for the presenting of their diplomas.
Students, please come forward to receive your diplomas. Yep. And just walk down. Yeah, this is where we're going.
Okay. Akash Shahan.
Sam Liu.
Megan Ono.
Ryan Sung.
Rachel Renee Abbott.
Naomi Samara.
Connor Ackerman.
Allison Mary Levesque.
Mariah Jade Acosta.
Helen Lee.
Kara Mia Acuna.
Brian Morgan Leith.
Jonathan Isaac Adame.
Marco Antonio Leon Jr.
Hannah Brooke Adams.
Gavin Robert Leba.
Angelina Marie Alcorn Bev.
Isabella Tatiana Lintz.
Amir Talal Al-Nabulsi.
Alec Benjamin Lira.
Andres Alvarado.
Allie Brianne Little.
All the way up, all the way up. Juan Alvarez. Nicholas Ryan Alvarez.
Hayden Michael Littlejohn.
Nicholas Ryan Alvarez.
Amber Liu.
Ethan Amoroso.
Adam Jorge Lopez.
Owen Arbogast.
Eric Lopez.
Jade Alina Archuleta.
Alyssa Yasmin Lozano.
Evan Arnold.
Leanna Nicole Lowe.
Jalen Artillas.
Liliana Lopez.
Hannah Joy Arvidsson.
Sharna Lyons.
Summer Rose Atkinson.
Madison Marie Macias.
Isabella Avalos.
Emma Victoria Malashevsky.
Anna Ayala.
Paris Mandy Malone.
Ghassan Aziza.
Randy Ashlyn Maris.
Patrick Baca.
Haley Irene Marquez.
Ashley Michelle Baker.
Fabian Marquez Rangel.
Kaylee Jane Barnes.
Vanessa Angeline Martel.
Tessa Borelli.
Elizabeth Anna Martinez.
Della Barrington.
Mia Renee Martinez.
Itzel Barrios.
Jennifer Martinez Guadarrama.
Dylan Bartholomew. All the way up.
Zay Martinez.
Gavin Basulto.
Justin Martier.
Samantha Batras.
Isaiah Antunes Portillo.
Angelina Leanne Beltran.
Richard Mariansky.
Brooke Elizabeth Bentley.
Liliana Maya Chaparro.
Emily Bermudez.
Roger Castro.
Andres Bernal.
Caleb McMahon.
Dylan Bernacki.
Jocelyn McGuire.
Kaylee Blunt.
Sarah Mezgian.
Daniel Boos.
Maya Mendoza Regoza.
Nick Bolt.
Sarah Rose Mercado.
Dylan Bradley.
Jack David Merrill.
Brina Giovanna Joy Brandner.
Chloe Christine Medina.
Katrina Brazil.
Calum McHale.
Gianni Briggs.
Allie Nicole Miller.
Brianna Mia Bowie.
Lucas Perry Mastoni.
Samantha Burton.
Jenna Nicole Mauricio.
Matthew Bustos.
Olivia Loren Molina.
Isabella Caballero.
Leah Maureen Molay.
Andre Jordan Cata.
Jonathan Carlos Montez.
Trevor James Cadam.
Mackenzie Ray Montgomery.
Emma Caldera.
Madeline Lorraine Moore.
Caitlin Cambrero.
Jacob Michael Morales.
Aiden Campbell.
Amanda Barraza Moreno.
Ella Grace Carlson.
Isabella Moreno.
Alexis Marie Carrillo.
Evelyn Raquel Mosley.
Jonathan Carvalho.
Emma Moser.
Andrew Noah Castillo.
Sarah Mundy.
Samantha Carey Castillo.
Caitlin Gift Nabong.
Michaela Dainine Castrion.
Dylan Noah Navarro.
Graciela de Dios Castro.
Anne Feng Nguyen.
Oh, there it goes. That's okay. Alyssa Cepeda.
Jonathan Thung An Nguyen.
Andrew Javier Cervantes.
Brian Scott Kessler.
Chance.
Xavier Lucio Nonas Trong.
Ariane Glenda Chavez.
Natalie Rose Nunez.
Francesca Chavez.
Jubilee Vaughn Nye.
Jada Lynn Chong.
Justine Jasmine Oak.
Chase Shoot.
AJ O'Brien.
Gavin Churchill.
Caleb Hamilton Ochoa.
Jacob Clark.
Emily Ochoa.
Zach Clark.
Mason Orr.
Jordan Alexa Clemens.
Tiffany Ortuño.
Jacob Alexander Cordova.
Cindy Osuna.
Layla Raylene Cordova.
Noah Otto.
Fabian Corona.
Bailey Elizabeth Walling.
Vivian Amelia Rose Coronado.
Antonio Pablo Pacheco.
Caitlin May Crispo.
Yvette Rose Padilla.
Michaela Crosby.
Ashley Padres.
Natalie Cruz.
Verena Padres.
Ryle Matthew Cruz.
Jonathan Harry Pages.
Jacob S. Curiel.
Jaden Pierce Christopher Bacuño Pajulio.
Henry Tony Dar.
Sebastian Palilo.
Zyler Braxton Dougherty.
Brooklyn Palomino.
Ryan Elijah David.
Jacob Panacci.
Riley Elizabeth Davis.
Nicholas Peñalwa.
Kirsten Nicole Dilao.
Maya Paramo Magana.
Cristobal de Leon.
Mateus Paz.
Joel de Leon.
Isabella Pasos.
Tyler Denise Dennis.
Christian John Perez.
Natalie Denise DeRosiers.
Cuco Chanel Perez.
Adam Devereaux.
Diego Pesantes.
Jayani Druve.
Darby Kathleen Pickering.
Emily Delilah Diaz.
Mary Rose Pignotti.
Kelly Doe.
Ellie Grace Pyrus.
Alexa Nicole Dobbs.
Alexa Jesus Placencia.
Nathaniel Dominguez.
Eric Polanco.
Dakota Ray Onay Dorsey.
Ethan Cubane.
Logan Robert Duffield.
Annalise Marie Quintero.
Kelly Sean Dunlap.
Arturo Ramirez.
Ethan Avery Duong.
Christopher Ramirez.
Nathaniel Andre Duran.
Ricardo Ramirez.
Denny Duran Flores.
Mackenzie Taylor Ramirez.
Tyler Eckert.
Carly Louise Redman.
Annalisa Eckler.
Tyler Christopher Redman.
Marianne Elias.
Ethan Andrew Regla.
Malachi Robert Ellsworth.
Alina Rose Rendon.
Jacob Enriquez.
Caesar Rendon.
Greg Escobedo.
Ryan Anthony Reyna.
Mariah Escobedo.
Colette Addison Eloise Ritza.
Gerardo Escoto.
Travis Michael Riggs.
Bailey Elizabeth Espinosa.
Anthony Luciano Rios.
Aaron Escada.
Aiden Seth Rivas.
Julian Diego Estrella.
Genesee D. Rivas.
Kalia Evans.
Daniel Rivera.
Grant De Mateo Fabro.
Emily Angelique Rivera.
Patrick Ferris.
Jacob Andrew Rivera.
Kenneth Feel.
Conrad Para.
John Timothy Fenton.
Riley Roach.
Matthew Patrick Fedoni.
Justin Mackay Robinson.
Mayanara Claire Fiesta.
Thomas Jacob Robles.
Billy Anne Marie Fincher.
Lindsay Rocha.
Lauren Nicole Fletcher.
Aiden James Rochford.
Brianna Demi Flores.
Mia Kendall Rodriguez.
Francisca Flores.
Patricia Rodriguez Ordonez.
Rosario Esmeralda Flores.
Cassandra Romero.
Devon Flynn.
Sandrine Ruhana.
Shane Fonseca.
Evany Danielle Marquez.
Matthew Forden.
Jada Bernice Saki.
Ashley Andrea Franco.
Michelle Sines.
Madison Yvonne Franco.
Kareem Safari Forushani.
Emily Friend.
Fuad Anthony Safier.
Matthew Avadis Garabedian.
Elijah Salazar.
Alexa Garcia.
Malia Isabel Salvador.
Kylie Love Garcia.
Amanda Juliana Sanchez.
Madeline Emma Garcia.
Lynette Sanchez.
Matthew Garcia.
Giselle Santos.
Samantha Garcia.
Andre Sarkeesian.
Emily Elizabeth Garibaldi.
Aaron Sarkeesian.
Mary Hanny Gars.
Connor Johnny Timothy Saroff.
Micah Gertz.
Christian Saroff.
Dylan Gill.
Nicole Shapa.
Juan Francisco Gomez.
Brennan Clay Setti.
Bruno Emilio Gonzalez.
Ilya Shaheen.
Isabella Elise Gonzalez.
Brooke Leanne Shively.
Marissa Gonzalez.
Brandon Devin Cifuentes.
Grace Elizabeth Gordon.
Daniel Stephen Segala.
Sage Elena Grace.
Ethan Silva.
Brianna Francesca Ann Graham.
Harmony Moon Silva.
Ruth May Gray.
Jessica Ann Mendoza Sison.
Hunter John Grossenbach.
James Timothy Skinner.
Karis Grover.
Jacob Michael Slocum.
Juliana Rosa Gutierrez.
Jenna Smith.
Brian Guzman.
Luke Gregory Smith.
Tiffany Daisy Guzman.
Micah Devin Smith.
Max Haddon.
Morgan R. Smith.
Tony Sammy Hafar.
Samantha Danielle Smith.
Paula Sharif Hannah.
Jacqueline Solana.
Eric Allen Hart.
Stevie Brooke Spencer.
Wesley Glenn Harder.
Jordan Joseph Stamp.
Riley Haynes Martin.
Michael Anthony Stenzel.
Christopher Joseph Henry.
Logan Stremmel.
Alyssa Grisel Hernandez.
Jing Samuel Sun.
Anissa Eileen Hernandez.
Louis Sun.
Levi Hernandez.
Carl Lucas Zabo.
Angelina Joe Hurt.
Catherine Tadros.
Sophia Rose Hurt.
Joshua Tadurin.
Gabriel Michael Hibbard.
Leilani Mai Taggart.
Ryan Randolph Hibner.
Madeline Sage Thomas.
Kaylee Yi Yin Ho.
David Patrick Tolan.
Kara Yejin Hong.
Madison Ann Tolcher.
Cassandra Christine Hook.
Joshua Torres.
Alyssa Michelle Howard.
Lucas Guy Tran.
Conrad Arthur Hugar.
Jonathan Sibos.
Levi Hull.
Josiah Arnold Turner.
Yesenia Angela Ibanez.
Nicholas Reed Tarosi.
April Marie Ibarra.
Colin Peter Erbach.
Everett Tyrone Ingram.
Lauren Urano.
Madeline Jackson.
Roman Urquidez.
Madison James.
Ava Isabella Vasquez.
Kenna Elise Jenkins.
Kennedy Sky Vasquez.
Matthew James Jensen.
Victoria Marie Vasquez.
Tyler Jimenez.
Andrew S. Violil.
Cameron Lee Johnson.
Gavin David Velasquez.
Garrett Noah Johnson.
Zane Lorenzo Velasquez.
Mercedes Isabella Johnson.
Itzel Villagran.
Taylor Ray Johnson.
Christine Wang.
Bella Ava Jones Fernandez.
Joseph Wang.
Michael Cabin.
Caleb Ward.
Nehemiah Carjala.
Taylor Ashley Ward.
Kylie Nicole Carnes.
Riley Suzanne Weaver.
Katie Amanda Kiefer.
Jacob Weimer.
Jordan Marcel Kenny.
Cadence Marie Welch.
Ethan Moisige Chisaka.
JP Wiersma.
Ashley Knowlton.
Connor Ray Williams.
Haley Knowlton.
Cheyenne Jennifer Wilson.
Charles Robert Knox.
Samantha Nicole Wilton.
Joseph Paul Collodi.
Riley Louise Windsor.
Kaylee Marie Kuba.
Larissa Annette Wise.
Kevin Jonathan Kusa.
Linda Wallach.
Isabel Nadi Kumar.
Kiana Wan.
Marianne Imad Lawless.
Saskia Wong DeWilt.
Lucy Lamson.
Connor Jacob Woods.
Joshua Landa.
Allison Pauline Workman.
Carissa Hope Lara.
Taylor Ellen Workman.
Lucas Laszlo.
Seth Roy Wrightstone. Samantha Wu. Leah Olivia Yarborough. Juan Pablo Zavala. Harry Zhou.
I didn't even do that. Or did I? I did do that. Yeah, you do that.
Please welcome back our chamber singers who will sing the Alma Mater.
Would Cassandra Hook, Layla Cordova, and Mariah Escobedo please join me on the stage? The turning of the tassels from right to left represents the completion of the high school graduation requirements and the beginning of the next journey in our lives. Graduates, please join us in the turning of the tassels. Please stand. It's not on the script. All right, 1, 2, 3. That's it. Thank you. Good stuff, buddy. Congratulations.
It is my pleasure to present to you the graduating class of 2022. Congratulations. This ends our ceremony tonight. Thank you for coming. Have a great evening.
My mama called, see you on TV, sunset done changed.